Hello everybody and welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. In today's video we are going to be talking about the preliminary patch notes that were released yesterday on the Escape from Tarkov forums. Now these patch notes had a hell of a lot of information in for 0.9, however I'm going to be going over all the changes that are going to be occurring, and then in another video I'm going to be doing all the additions that are going to be added through into 0.9. So let's get straight into it and talk about the first change that they said that they were going to do, and that is the adjustment of the loot spawn chances on every single map. Now, this could mean so much. It's a very broad statement, but from what I can tell is I think they're going to be mainly focusing on the increase and decrease spawn chances of certain like rare items mainly, so the Kibber key and the Marked Room key. I feel like the weapon spawn chances in itself are fine at the moment. However, I feel like the keys, they're going to adjust the key spawns a hell of a lot, and maybe even some quest items as well. And maybe even certain rooms, they might adjust to certain rooms, like the Kibber store in Interchange actually doesn't have a lot of stuff in anymore. I did a video on that a few weeks back, and there isn't actually a lot in the Kibber store, and for how hard the key is to get, I feel like there should be quite a bit more in there. I also think the Marked Room and the Marked Circle can be kind of adjusted quite a bit. From the recent times of me going to the Marked Room or the Marked Circle, I'm finding nothing. I found a P226 and a TOS last time I went to the Marked Room in Customs, so I feel like they might be adjusting those certain rooms, but as a whole, I feel like looting's gonna really stay the same, like looting and weapon boxes and stuff like that. But I feel like the key spawns and the certain like high priorities like weapon spawn rooms around maps are going to change a lot. So the next thing in the change notes is there is going to be a price rebalance for weapons, grenades and weapon mods. I think that this is going to be quite a good thing actually. They can make it so there is going to be a lower price for like weapons that people hardly ever use, or low tier weapons like the AKS-74U for example. And I feel like they are going to try and add an economy starting from now, because they were going to try and add an economy from the beginning, however that didn't really work out. So I feel like now they're going to start to add an economy where stripped down bare bones weapons are going to cost like a less amount of rubles, and the actual attachments are going to cost the most amount of money. So, for example, if you've got a bare bones AKS-74U, you could buy that for say 10,000 rubles, and then you can get a silencer or something, and it just depends on the tier of the actual attachment itself. I think that's what's going to cost the most amount of money, which is going to be good, because then you'll see more people going out with different sorts of variants. You won't see them just modding for the best recoil, you'll see them modding for what they can afford, because there are some attachments that do need a price rebalance, like for example, the thermal scope. It isn't as good as people say. I know they're going to still be expensive, but I don't think it should be worth 3,000 euros. And at the moment, I think it is a bit expensive for what it is. And I feel like they should just add it so you can buy really cheap weapons that are maybe a Vepr without a dust cover or something like that off a Proper, and then you go to someone like the Mechanic for some more beefier modded AKs. And I feel like that'd be good, rather than buying it just for Bitcoin, buying it for euros or rubles as well. They're also doing increased prices on powerful ammo. This is going to be a weird one, because the M995 ammo, arguably one of the best, or the best ammo for the M4, this is already a really hard ammo to get. You need to get level 7 sniping for the Peacekeeper mission to actually unlock it. And that's a crazy mission, and it takes hours and hours of grinding to actually get your sniping skill to level 7. If they're going to increase the price of that, it's going to make that tier of ammo just not ideal. You're not going to want to buy it. And I feel like other powerful types of ammo, like the BP ammo, that could work with a bit of an upgrade, because you see people, it just sells out straight away. People have already macroed it, and it's just crazy how it's just going instantly. So I think prices can go up for some ammunition, however certain ammunitions like the M995, I think it's already hard enough to get. I think you should leave the price alone on that one. Vests and headsets can now be put into the item cases. This is something that I've been wanting for ages. I mean, why can't you put contacts in an items case? They are items and stuff like that. I get it for some items, like putting, say, ammo cases inside or pistol cases inside, because it's storage within storage. However, I think certain things like vests, anything sort of cosmetic, should be able to go into an items case. I feel like it'll be a lot easier for people to buy an items case and then put their whole loadout into one items case, so it's a lot easier for them to gear up after they die, after a raid. I think that would be a good idea, rather than having to search around and then buy a vest and stuff like that, because I know it can be annoying. Gearing up just gets tedious and sometimes you just don't want to do it. They're increasing the internal stash size of the ammo case, so it's now 6x6 rather than 4x4. This is good. I know a lot of people use the ammo cases now in raid, so they can carry much more ammo of a lot of different types of weapons inside. So if they can pick up a weapon off of a scav or another player, for example, they might likely have spare ammo already in their ammo container. This is a lot better. I feel like the ammo cases, because they're quite expensive anyway, I feel like they should be a bit better, really. I know it ain't gonna make much difference, but it's certainly gonna help a lot of people out. And especially if you want a strength grind, fill that shit up with buckshot, you're good to go. Reducing the mouse sensitivity when aiming for a high magnification scope. This will increase your accuracy when sniping. I think sniping is a very difficult thing, especially with netcode now. Even though netcode is getting better, I think sniping, especially really long range, is difficult. But I feel like if you're lowering sort of the aim sensitivity when moving in longer range magnifications, I feel like that'll be a lot better. It'll improve sniping to kind of combat the netcode in a way. But I don't think it'll affect many people, because many people that play this game may have high DPI sensitivity on their mouse, or a DPI setting change or whatever like that on their mouse itself. That's what I do. So it doesn't really affect me, but I know it'll affect quite a lot of players. Changing some quest rewards as well, which is good. I hope you can get more money or more XP to help with other tasks. I know there's a few tasks like hand over 5,000 USD, and then like a couple of tasks later, hand over 7,500 USD. That's a pain in my ass. It's just, yeah, I think if you can earn more money or more XP, it helps you get to the tasks easier, get through the tasks easier. Because right now, every time a wipe hits, we are going through the same tasks over and over again. It is getting boring. I feel like changing it up would be a lot better. They're changing some quest requirements as well. This might be changing the Fort and Gazelle requirements. I know that people, because of the new repair stuff, are just selling all their zeroed Forts and zeroed Gazelles into Fence because there's no point repairing them. I feel like it's become easy to do that quest now because of that issue. So I feel like, yeah, why not change some quest requirements like that? I hope they change over the handover money quests, because, yeah, like I said, there's $2 handover quests at the moment. Really, really annoying, because I'm stuck on that at the moment, considering the bug where you can only hand over singles. You can only buy single dollars at a time. That's a pain in the ass. I hope that gets fixed too. They are changing the alpha rig configuration as well. This could be either adding more space or less space, but I hope they make it so there is another 2x2 slot for either a helmet or a grizzly. The WT rig is the only rig that does that at the moment, and I feel like it'd be good adding another rig of a higher tier, for example the alpha rig, to have the same sort of configuration. Now, they are increasing the penetration for the SP5 and SP6 rounds. These are the AS Val rounds. Now, these rounds are already pretty bloody good. So are they going to balance it out by reducing the damage? We don't know. But I guarantee we're going to see more players using the AS Valves and stuff like that, because SP5 and SP6, they're powerful enough already. I think the 30 round mags are still going to be a must have, because it will go quite quickly, but it will take less shots to kill. So I don't think it's going to be as necessary, but I still think it is still going to be the go-to sort of mags for the AS Val. They are doing various adjustments to armor parameters and weapon mods, so I feel like they're going to be tweaking the blunt armor damage that they recently added in again. and I feel like they're going to be tweaking the hitboxes as well with certain armors, so the fort armor actually protects your crotch now, or protects the tops of your arms and stuff like that, because right now the fort doesn't. So I feel like that'd be a good change. I hope that will actually work out well, rather than them just fucking it up and just making it worse, but I really do hope it works well. They've improved the behavior of individual AI enemies. This is an important one. I feel like AIs are going to act more like players. They're going to be really unpredictable in their movement paths, so they're not just going to be walking around the bus station, for example, on customs. They could walk up and down the road completely. They might even give chase to you if you're running away from them. They might even be able to do that. That'd be cool. I hope they do the aim box meta a bit better as well, where it's more unpredictable, rather than aiming for the legs or head. I feel like they will make it so it's more of it feels like a firefight between another player, rather than just, oh, he's aimbotting me, you know. I feel like they're going to be acting differently. Now, the scav boss, as I will talk about in the upcoming video of what's being added, is being added to 0.9, and I feel like AI enemies may act differently around the scav boss. I feel like they're going to be harder to kill, maybe more highly trained or something like that. So different scavs have different skill sets with weapons. That'll be a cool idea. And I feel like scavs may be able to give other scavs instructions now. Like, they might be able to group up on their own and just go through as a team, or have arguments with each other. I just want it to be less fucking like scripted, where, oh, there's going to be a scav there, scav there, scav there. I feel like you're going to have to watch out all the time now, and that's what I've wanted for a little bit now. So I feel like it'd be good if scavs were more unpredictable, being able to act more like a player itself. Now, they're going to optimize the geometry of level objects. Now, many people, including myself until I asked Grim what it meant, don't know what it means. This is basically where they make the items in-game look further away, so it doesn't slow down performance. So they're going to just make performance better. It's basically what they're saying. So it'll look further away when the detail's not visible. So if you're seeing high detail in the back, it will slow down performance. But if they're going to just make like the detail fade away the further away it goes, that's going to improve performance. Hopefully they do that well. They're going to improve the collection of crash dumps. This is actually kind of important. The game does crash a lot. It is still in beta. And I feel like they're going to be adding sort of a file location where all your crashes and all your crash files go into in the Escape from Tarkov directory. This would be good, because then you'll be able to view your own crash dumps and you'll be able to send them off. Maybe it'll even auto send your logs to the developers every time you crash. This would be a good way for people to stop complaining on Reddit saying, oh, my game crashed again. Don't worry, the devs have automatically been sent your crash results. We'll get back to you and stuff like that. That'll be a cool feature. I hope that works. I hope it works out. We've got further freezes and stuttering fixes. As I said, that kind of links in with the geometry of the levels being changed. I feel like they're going to be fixing, when they fix sort of the rendering and sort of the stuff of objects, I feel like it's going to fix a lot of the stuttering, because it's not rendering the whole map at once and stuff like that. Micro stutters when the scavs load in and when players are in close proximity of each other, this will probably be fixed. It's about time. About time it should be fixed, to be fair. But this is just server side. If they put more power towards their servers, then this will be fixed anyway. Further performance on the anti-cheat, and this is their own anti-cheat. I think they should just buy a license to BattleEye, in my opinion. It's expensive. I know Battlestate. I'm sorry, but BattleEye, it's good. Your one right now is not so good. So they're going to be adding a further optimization to the graphical and functional component, and in brackets it says preparation for the animation optimization phase. Basically this is just different animations that they're adding in, or preparing the graphics. They're going to be preparing the graphics for the animation phase, like the injecting yourself with morphine or the vaulting over stuff and stuff like that. These animations are going to come later down the line. However, it's good that they are preparing now, because that could mean that stuff's coming quicker than we thought. I think they should just... this will change gameplay style as well, because injecting yourself with morphine and taking painkillers, it all takes different amounts of time. Wrapping yourself up with a bandage or healing yourself with an IFAK or a grizzly, it all takes different times. I feel like this is like, especially when you can't shoot while you're being healed, whereas at the moment you can, I feel like it would change the playstyle a bit. So if you're in need of healing, you would go hide rather than still fight while you're healing yourself. I think that's a good sort of thing that they're doing. They're adding sort of animations, but this is further down the line. Right now they're just preparing that. Various bug fixes, well, I can write a book about how many bugs are in the current game, but I hope the main 4 that I think they're going to fix is the stuff falling through the floor. Say if you drop something on the 3rd floor of the factory offices, I hope stuff doesn't fall through, because it still does. I dropped an IFAK on the bridge of customs, it fell through and we couldn't find it. When I dropped an IFAK for my friend Grim when I was doing a raid with him, that needs to be fixed kind of quickly. The armor bug as well, the bug where your armor doesn't actually register being on until you put it in your backpack and then put it back on again. I feel like that needs to be fixed like quickly. You should just be able to go from your inventory into a raid knowing that you've got the armor and it's going to work the way you need it to, rather than it being, oh, have I got my armor on? Let me throw it in my backpack and put it back on just to make sure. As I mentioned earlier, you can only trade singles or buy singles off of Peacekeeper for USD at the moment. That needs to be fixed, because I'm just getting pissed off. That's a personal one. That just needs to be fixed like quick. And then you got sound bugs like the constant reloading, for example, or the hearing the shots when when the server starts, you hear like infinite amount of shots. These are all sound bugs that can be just patched out eventually. But I hope sound bugs do get fixed, because it's a pain in the ass and I get myself scared shitless sometimes when I hear a sound bug. They're fixing various glitches. I hope they actually do. There's been multiple times when people have been like, oh, gun glitching's fixed, and then people find another way to glitch their guns. So gun glitching is still a thing. So I hope that they find a way to just stop that completely. Maybe don't hotkey your guns. Maybe you can only hotkey your guns on 1, 2, and 3. You can't do anything on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and all that sort of stuff. Or that can only be for meds, or have specific like keybinds for specific meds or grenades and stuff like that. That will stop it. But who knows what they're going to fix in these glitches. There's a few glitches that they need to fix, but that's all up to them. I know that they'll all be patched out in the future. I just hope they prioritize correctly and patch the right ones first. There's a lack of visibility and audibility of the shrimp shots. I don't really know what to say. I don't use the shrimp. Apparently, it's like a ghost. Like, you can't hear it being shot. You can't see it being shot. That needs to be fixed, obviously, for obvious reasons. If you're fighting a ghost, that's a pretty unfair thing. Armor now stops bullets in flight correctly if there was no penetration, so that might make the 4 armor a lot more tanky. And there's new armor that they are sort of implementing in 0.9. That might stop bullets like mid-air, like, you know, just like Matrix shit. No, if like a bullet hits you and it doesn't penetrate the armor, it should just drop off and cause a bit of blunt damage, and that's about it. So they've fixed the incorrect dimensions of certain items, so that is the attack 2 image looks very small, and the RSAS mags look very oversized. That's just sort of graphical user interface sort of shit that they're fixing there. And then finally they have other visual fixes that they are fixing, and fuck me, oh, there's a few of them too, like the oversaturated interchange where everything's like blinding and it's like God's beating down on the fucking ground, where everything is so white and you can't see shit in the daytime. And not only that, but buildings are very, very fucking dark, even though like the doors open and sun's shining into them. You can't see into the buildings until you walk inside. That's a bit of a pain in the ass one. And then like the inside of buildings where objects don't render properly, and then you randomly bump into a table and then all of a sudden it's there, and all of these sorts of things happen and they need to be fixed, like visual fixes like this. But oversaturated interchange actually kills my eyes, and I'm worried that my monitor is going to get fucking burn on the fucking screen because it is that fucking bright. That's enough of me rambling. This is a 20-minute fucking video. Guys, that is all the changes coming with 0.9 from the preliminary patches notes. I'm going to go cry myself to sleep. There is going to be a adjacent video to this, being all the stuff that they are adding. A lot of it is armor and weapon attachments, so I won't go over it in much detail. I'll just show you some pictures of what they look like and how cool it's going to look when it's in the game. But guys, I want to know what you guys think about all these changes. I'll leave a full link to all the patch notes in the description. I want you to have your say in the comment section. Be nice to each other. You guys, I know what you're like when you have an argument. This community for Escape from Tarkov has become salty as fuck and I don't like it. But guys, nice friendly discussion of what you guys think in the comments below, please. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I know I've been rambling, but let me know what you think. This is the important bit. This is the discussion. I love you all. Remember, there is a Discord that you can join as well. That's a good thing. Goodbye. Have a fun and friendly day.